Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And how did you find this Tuesday crossword?
I found it pretty breezy.
Good?
Kind of like it is outside.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got through this one pretty quickly.
Well, that's good.
What about you?
I got through it fairly expeditiously. I had one mistake. 14 across was pertaining to bees, and I thought it might be Apien.
Yep.
Spelled A-P-I-E-N.
Oh.
Which would mean that 4 down, fluctuate would be very, V-E-R-Y.
Oh.
And at my first take through the puzzle, I did not realize that I had very wrong. Mm-hmm. And then there were a few other places where I wasn't quite sure and spent some time there trying to sort of straighten things out until eventually realizing that very should be V-A-R-Y.
That is correct.
So, but after that, it was fairly straightforward.
Well, very good. So, well, it's interesting that you mentioned very and very, because that's kind of related to the theme of our puzzle.
Ah.
So let's talk about the theme.
Okay.
Okay. There were, let me see, there were 4 themed clues and a revealer, and the answers were common phrases, but the last word in each of the phrases was substituted with a homonym that sounded the same, but of course spelled differently. And the homonym in play was something related to meat. Mm-hmm. So for example, the first one was 17 across, and that was beware of this sausage. And that the answer was fear the worst, with worst being spelled W-U-R-S-T.
Yes. And I'm grinning as you say that.
Mm-hmm. And then 31 across, like unshorn wool, and that was on the lamb, but lamb, of course, spelled L-A-M-B. Mm-hmm. 38 across, breed beef cattle, and that was raise the stakes, with, of course, steaks being spelled S-T-E-A-K-S. And then finally 45 across, Charlotte's first draft of Some Pig, and that was what a bore, but with the bore being B-O-A-R. And finally the revealer was summary of the phonetic puns at the themed clues, and that was make ends meet, M-E-A-T. So all the ends of the clues were meat. Mm-hmm. Worst, lamb, steaks, and boar.
Yes.
So, and
pretty funny, pretty punny.
I thought it was very cute and funny.
Yes.
And it made you think about really all of the different kinds of cuts of meat and how they are other words in a way, like worst, steaks, boar. So where I work, we have a food pantry, and I was putting meat away today, and we had a pork roll. I thought, well, there's another one, a pork roll. It could be, that's a cut of meat too. So, and that's a word that's homonym of R-O-L-E. So anyway, yep.
Well,
pretty interesting.
Even as a vegetarian, I was able to get through this crossword.
Well, I'm sure.
So, but I was hoping for a pun involving tofu to sort of make up for it.
No, afraid
or
not.
Maybe tofurkey, something like that, but did not happen. It was a good crossword, though. It was by, let's see, who's it by? By Justin Werfel. And I wonder how many crosswords Justin Werfel has made.
I don't know. That's kind of a new name.
It doesn't say, let's see. This is his second.
Oh, okay.
He did one in May, and now he's back in October. Mm-hmm. So
very good. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His first showed up. Both have been Tuesday crosswords.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, well, very good.
And let's see, as far as debuts are concerned, there were 6 debut answers.
Oh, I'm sure most of the
Most of them were themed.
clues were.
In fact, I think all of them were themed.
Yes.
But they were fun, and I thought the clues were amusing.
You were talking about 14 across being apian, and I always get apian and avian mixed up. So I first put in AVIAN, and then I'm like, no, that's not right. I think it's APIAN, and so I put it in correctly. And then when you get down to 67 across, building with many wings, that was an aviary. So I'm like, yes, I'm right. It is apian, and aviary is birds. So they got birds and bees with very similar, what is that, genus, Latin name? I don't know what, but yeah.
Sorry, I was too busy thinking of a mnemonic. I think with apian, if you take you think about a bee and you turn the bee upside down, it looks like a P.
No, it doesn't.
If you take a lowercase b and flip it, you get a P.
No, you get a backward P.
What?
But I think it's just easy to remember P is bee and V is bird, aviary. So.
No, I'm standing by my orientation of the letter P. The bump is pointing to the right. If you flip it over, the bump is now on the bottom, still pointing to the right.
I see what you're saying.
And so there's my mnemonic.
Oh.
As far as aviary is concerned, look at the letter V. It looks like wings, or vings, as we like to say.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
I don't know if that helps you or not.
Okay. I'll take that under consideration.
All right. you know when the mnemonic is longer than the thing you're trying to remember, probably isn't too useful as a mnemonic, but it's the best I could do. One across, I took exception to one across. Tackle as a crossword, solve. If you're tackling the crossword, you might not solve it. I have many crosswords to prove that.
Well, but I mean, that's what you're trying to do.
Right.
You're trying to solve it.
Yes.
So, and that's the way you tackle it, by solving it, right?
Well, you've tackled it once you've solved it. I'm just arguing, because I like to argue.
Yes, you do.
That when you tackle a crossword, you haven't necessarily solved it.
Well, that's true.
Well, I rest my case. The defense rests.
Yes, but like if you play a game, you don't necessarily win it, but you still play it, right? So
yes, I agree with that statement. Not sure.
And so I think, if you tackle a crossword, you say you solve it,
To me, tackle sounds like attempt rather than necessarily a success.
Well, but I think solving could be an attempt too. You solve a puzzle.
When you solve a puzzle, you've solved the puzzle.
Oh, okay.
On the other hand, this was written by Justin Werfel and vetted by Joel Fagliano. So perhaps I should not be doubting the geniuses here.
I don't know. So.
Well, okay, let me try one that's less controversial.
Okay.
28 across. Small drum was a tabor.
That's right.
Did you get that one right away?
No.
Oh.
I didn't remember that. I think we've had that before, but I did not remember that.
Yes, we have had it before.
Probably several times, but I always forget. I always want to put like tom-tom, but no, tabor.
It's actually appeared 73 times. It first appeared, you will be glad to know, in 1943, small drum with one head. Slightly
before my time.
Yes. And it's almost always has it been anything other than a drum? Well, in 1985, it was Israeli peak.
Oh, tabor. Oh, yeah.
And then in 1988, they really went astray here. Ha blank, silver tycoon.
Ha Tabor.
Ha Tabor.
Silver Tycoon,
yes.
1830 to 1899.
What a name. Yeah. My name is Ha Tabor.
Ha, maybe that's short for something like I don't know. Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
It is fun just to sort of dig back through the crossword.
It can be, it can be very amusing.
And listeners, of course, we are doing this by going to xwordinfo.com, where they just have all of this magnificent array of information.
Another one that sort of stumped me, and I know we've had it before, 52 across, name of Athena's shield.
Aegis.
Aegis. A-E-G-I-S. I know we've had that before, but I always forget it.
Well, I know it is a word because
Yes.
I sometimes use it as like, under the aegis of someone. But I didn't realize it's a great name for
A shield.
a shield, yes.
I didn't even know shields had names.
I guess if it's your one and only weapon or piece of armory, you want to give it a name.
Wonder what Captain America's shield is called.
Well, let's see. It's made out of vibranium, right?
Yeah.
At least I think it's vibranium.
Probably.
Let's see. What else do we have here? We had something that I should have gotten a little faster than I did, 30 down, like some lions and elephants. And I saw it was starting with Asia, and I went for Asian.
Oh.
Spelled A-S-I-A-N. I think I went for Asiatic, and then eventually modified that to Asiatic.
You couldn't fit Asianic in there?
Sure, A-S-I-A-N-I-C.
Oh, Asianic.
I don't think it's a word, so I'm not sure if I should be concerned about whether it fits.
Okay.
Let's see. We had 18 down, as if. The answer was ha.
Right.
Thought that was a fun clue.
And 39 down. If I had to estimate at a guess.
Yes.
I don't usually say at a guess. I would say I would guess it would be something.
I would say.
I don't think I'd ever say at a guess. I would,
That sounds like one of those phrases that's more popular in some parts of the country than others.
Perhaps, yes.
Because I would say I'd guess.
So, yep.
Let's see. We had 38 down. 38 down being go over the line, rehearse.
Yes, that was a great clue.
Yep, it was. And then right next to it, we had 42 down, cocky walk, swagger.
Yep.
I just think the word swagger has swagger built into it. Swagger. It's just sort of like, hello, I'm a swaggering word, and I'm going to swagger about it.
Yep.
Let's see. We had 53 across, 2 up quarks and a down quark was a proton.
Right.
I went for photon initially.
I didn't know at all.
Oh.
I had to get that from the Downs.
Right. And we had 63 down, cereal with the slogan, kid tested, parent approved, kicks. It's bad that they're doing food testing on kids. It's bad enough when they use animals.
Right.
Now they've upgraded. They're probably all Kicks employees' kids.
No doubt. I liked 47 down, curiosity and perseverance. Example, rovers.
Yes.
Like Mars rovers. I didn't even remember that those were names of Mars rovers, but then as I got the crosses, it was like, oh, Mars rovers, yes.
I'm assuming they're still active.
I don't know. You don't hear about them too often.
Well, there's a big vacuum of space in between, so I think they're still probably hard at it.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's it for the crossword.
Okay.
But it is Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Weren't we supposed to do a podcast yesterday?
Yes, we were.
Logistics. Logistics got in the way.
Yes, it did.
And listeners, we apologize for that. But as you can tell, we're back.
We are back.
We are back. And for Triplet Tuesday, and for new listeners, Triplet Tuesday is where one of us reads 3 clues in decreasing order of difficulty to the other. The answer to all 3 clues is one 3-letter answer. And the object is to guess that answer in as few clues as possible. We do it 3 times, hence the name Triplet Tuesday. And today, I get to be posing the questions.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Light rowboat.
Light rowboat. Light rowboat. Do I know this?
I hope not.
No, I don't. Pod. I don't know.
Nope. Speaking of which, enough to hold a lot of iPod tunes.
Enough to hold what?
A lot of iPod tunes.
Oh. Enough to hold a lot of iPod. Like memory. Gig.
Right.
Gig.
Ooh, you had to dig deep in your memory for that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And the third one was bands booking.
Gig.
Gig. Yep.
Okay.
And I guess a light rowboat is a gig.
I guess so. I'd never heard that.
All right. Nicely done. Got
you.
it in 2.
Yep.
2.5. You had to really dig for that one. Okay, that was 2.
It
All
was
right.
2.
Here we go. For our second set of clues, and listeners, we hope you're trying as well. Remember, you can always hit the pause button so you have extra time to contemplate, because Jean can answer these pretty quickly. Literature's Napoleon, e.g.
Oh, pig.
Drat. I forgot that you were literate.
I read Animal Farm.
Yeah, but that must have been like lately?
Yeah, but Napoleon, that's something you'd remember. Something
Shoot.
I remembered.
All right. I was a bit of a gamble when I went for that, but and the other 2 clues were Chinese zodiac animal.
Oh, that could have been a lot of things.
Yeah.
Rat.
And common shape for a toy bank.
Oh, pig. Sure.
Right.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All right.
Here's your third set of clues.
Okay.
Partner of tuck.
Nip.
Right.
Nip and tuck. So.
Yeah, I realize after Literature's Napoleon, I should have upped the ante here.
Not that I've ever had any nips or tucks, but yeah, nip and tuck.
Jack Frost's Bite was the second, and Blank in the Bud was the third.
Nip in the bud.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa, you just tore through those.
I did. I did.
Hot knife through butter and all that. All right, that is it for today. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Remember, we love feedback.
Yep.
Crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com. We'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.